guys? It's your boy DJ J Steezy.
DJ Jedi.
Today's special guest, we got Denise Carter.
Hey.
What's going on, Denise?
Well, same thing, different day. You know, I'm here in the Imperial Valley, part of El Centro.
Right?
Where?
El Centro? Is this El Centro?
Yes, it is. It's the center of nothing.
There's stuff.
Let me just tell you guys something that was so damn funny to me. My husband was like, "Are we driving?" I was like, "How far is it?" They're like, 4 hours. I said, "Can I cuss? Can I cuss?"
Yeah. Go ahead.
I said, "Shit." 4 hours? It's 100 degrees outside. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Right.
So then I said, my friend told me I could catch a plane. So he was like, "We're going to San Diego?" I was like, "No, it's 7 miles from wherever we're going." So I booked this flight. I don't give a damn how much it costs. I just don't want to drive, right?
Right.
So we literally get to LAX today.
Oh, what?
And we're on Sunways or whatever the hell it was.
Oh, man.
And we're sitting at the gate. I'm like, "God, when are we going to board?" We're at gate 63 and there's nobody to take us. Like, there's no check-in person, no stewardess person.
I know where you're going with this.
And so then all of a sudden, this lady shows up and she's got a green vest on. And she was like, "Are you going to Imperial?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, follow me." And they said that when we booked it, there was only 2 seats left, first of all.
Oh.
So we get out there and then I thought we were going to this plane. They put us on a bus and drove us around the airport. We're right behind Spirit, just these big ass planes. And all of a sudden, I kid you not, there was a little ass, little like commuter, like little damn plane, like one of the ones that they like spray chemicals out of. And I was like, "Fuck, is that the plane?"
No.
Yes. There was 7 people on the plane, including both pilots.
We don't get no huge planes coming to this airport.
Well, I learned a very valuable lesson, but I didn't want to drive it. I didn't know that. So it was funny.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I thought she didn't come on the bus.
There's a first time for everything, right?
Yeah, but you know what? I'm glad we flew.
Right.
But then the lady was like, "We're going to fly over water." I was like, "Shit." Then we're going to fly over mountains, and I was like, "Shit." So I just looked at my phone the whole time. I didn't look at nothing else.
Wow.
I'm a big woman. I was the biggest one on the plane. I was thinking, "Fuck." They sent me in the back. I'm thinking, "Damn." It was like, the plane was like, "I think I can. I think I can. I think I can." It was crazy, though. It was crazy. But I got here.
Is that the first time on a plane, or?
That was my first time on a little ass plane.
Little ass plane.
A little ass plane. Okay.
Right.
I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
We do.
we do.
I'm about 330, man. I can't be getting on a little ass plane because I'm thinking I'm fucking it all up for everybody else. The weight will shift. I think they should have put me in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I've been in one of those planes going to LAX one time.
Have you?
Yeah, and they're like, "All right, you need to sit all the way in the back." And it was just like, they were like positioned the luggage and everything, because it was just like, I was like, "Damn, I'm that big."
I can see it. All right, we'll have all the luggage in the front, you two in the back.
Right? It was just like, we gotta hold the weight of the motor in the front.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Then the guy was messing with the wings before we got on there, and I was like, "What? What's that?" My husband's like, I think that's the gas line." I'm like, "What?" Like, so I was a little freaked out. So we came here, we got in the Uber, went to the hotel, and we're just sitting there chilling the whole time.
Right. Yeah. So, Denise, how long you been doing comedy?
Since 2013.
13. Nice.
Is that something that ran in your family, or is just something that I don't like class clown, something?
So I was voted class clown in the 8th grade.
Oh, I was kidding.
And then my dad was sick. He had cancer and he went on hospice. And I have 7, 8 brothers and sisters, and nobody was agreeing to anything, and it was very, very dysfunctional. So one day it was my day to watch him, and I was looking at a newspaper and talking to him. He was in a hospital bed in the living room, and we were talking, but he was, real proud. He don't want to talk about he was in pain or nothing. And I said, "Your kids are so fucked up. They don't want to listen." I gave him the book. I told him what's going to happen. All the things are going to happen. Right. I work for a hospice company. I know what's going to happen. Right. They need to read the whole journey, what's going to happen. And so I looked at the newspaper and I saw, "Become a comedian." And for $350, 6 weeks. And I said, Dad, I should take this class and talk about your kids. He said, haha, you should do it. And so before he died, he saw my first 5 minutes from the hospital bed. And I've been doing it ever since.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that was in February, and he died in May.
Oh, wow.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good. To me, it's healing.
Right.
Because I think a lot about the things that we all grow up, and I think about his struggle. Like, the struggle was real for him, and I was so proud to be able to have that conversation. It was like, yeah, you're funny. So anytime somebody would say something, he's like, tell Denise that's funny. Like, to use that as part of my material.
Oh, wow.
That's where it started. So it's an inspiration.
Any
Nice.
other of the siblings also doing
They all
comedy?
think they're fucking funny. They all think they're fucking funny. We all talk loud. We got a big voice, and we all over talk each other. It doesn't matter. Oh, I got it. I got one. It's like that. But we have a really good time. The first time comedy kind of came up in my life, I was at the beach, and this guy was passing out flyers, and he's like, hey, I'm selling tickets for $15, and I was like, I think I'm funny. I ain't gonna pay $15. He's like, well, give me 5 minutes then. And I was like, okay. So I did a show, and then after that show, I did a show pretty much every month until I got booed one day because I got involved with a heckler. And I lost my thought after I dealt with them, and then I came back to the story. Then the guy said something else, and I should have just ignored him. But then I drew a complete blank, and I forgot where I was in my story, and I literally could not think of anything else. And I just started dating this guy. It was his first time seeing me. I was like, fuck. And they're like, boo, get off the stage, you're not funny. I was
Wait,
like,
he wasn't the one heckling you, right?
no,
Oh,
he
okay.
wasn't.
So that's a bad day.
Yeah, I know, but it was, and I think that's what made me just kind of draw a major blank.
Let me get one of the tickets. Let me get me a beer now.
And then he ended up marrying me.
So that's how it works. Yeah. That's okay. We can edit it. We're not live. So.
Yeah, we're not live. It's gonna be pre-recorded, and you know what I mean. So.
Your film just got here.
Oh my God, that was funny. That was perfect timing, though, Wills.
No, I'm leaving this in. I'm leaving all of this.
But yeah, so that's pretty much, how I got into it. And I've been producing shows at our local, the place where I got my first start. I do a show there every month, and I produce a show there.
Which place is that?
The Ventura Harbor Comedy Club.
Okay.
And then I do a show at Levity Live, which is part of the Improv.
Right.
I do that one usually once a quarter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Well, I was in LA for 18 years. So I'd always
Just locked up. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Time, real hard time.
LA County downtown. No, I'm just kidding.
Hell no.
But no, so I would always hit the Comedy Store. I would hit, because
So that's how you came up with the name Triple Scoop.
maybe, right?
No, but if you think about the Comedy Store, like a lot of people got their start there, and it stemmed there, but now it's changed a lot from what I understand. I've done the Comedy Store before, but like nobody got time if you're working a full time to be there all night long. I remember leaving there at 3 o'clock in the morning thinking I gotta go to work. Yeah. It's a very interesting place to be in. Hey, what's happening? So we got Phil Medina.
Phil Medina.
And we got Big Centric.
Yeah, Big Centric in the house. Phil Medina in the house.
They're sitting here just talking, shooting shit. I think they're doing interviews if anybody want to talk.
Yeah, so.
Grab some more chairs?
Yeah, grab some more chairs.
This chair.
Hey, I'm sitting on the edge because I'm gonna fucking make this shit go flat.
So, and then Phil gave me an opportunity to come down here with them. He's like, hey, you want to go to El Centro? I'm like, yeah, El Centro, sure, why not? So that's kind of how I got it.
Like, where the hell's El Centro?
No, I've been here before. We used to, so my first husband, we used to go fishing in Salton Sea, and I used to always trip like, the fish ain't moving. Like,
Wait, she said fishing in the Salton Sea.
This was years ago. Like, I'm talking, I've been married to this guy for 21 years, so this was way before that, like in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
We would come out here, these big ass fish, but they would put them in the bathtub, and
Corvina.
I was like, what's wrong with the fish? They ain't even flapping. Like, it was kind of weird.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, a lot of people, it's funny because they're like, when I was living in LA, they're like, where you from? I'm like, I'm from Imperial Valley. Oh, that's up north, right? I'm like, no, it's like down south, like right by the border.
But I think a lot of people don't have no clue where that is.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't.
No, so that's why we go out. So they don't ask us, like, oh.
Yeah, so.
California.
Yeah, you know, this is like, oh, where you guys from? Southern California.
You know, sure.
It
Yeah.
does sound better, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a 200 miles between here and San Diego, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Because so my headquarters, I work for a home health company, and they're like, we're all coming down there. Then they start texting me, shit, that's 200 miles away. I was like, really? That's when I realized that. I was like, I ain't doing to drive because I don't want to be in the middle of nothing.
Right.
Because it was a heat wave.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
No, it was like 100-something degrees in our area, and it's usually 70, 74,
Oh, yeah.
75. Yeah.
So what part of LA are you from?
I'm actually from Oxnard. It's
Oh,
60
from
miles out of
Oxnard.
here.
Okay, yeah.
Have you ever been up there?
Oh, I have family in Oxnard.
Really?
Yeah.
Ventura?
Yeah, Ventura, Oxnard. Yeah.
You did time in Oxnard, too?
Yeah, man, I've been everywhere.
So Oxnard's beautiful. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
I was born and raised there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what schools did they go to? Your family members?
I'm not sure.
Probably Wainimi, Oxnard High.
Oxnard High.
Yeah, Oxnard High. My brothers went to Oxnard. I have a brother who's I call him a professor. He got his master's, his doctorate degree, and he teaches at Northridge University.
We'll make sure to tag him.
Yeah, tag him. Tag him. He's also the athletic advisor for Santa Monica City College. So he helps a lot of the
that's awesome.
athletes
Okay.
make sure they get they stay on their lesson plan so they
Right.
can get to the next, so they can play. Stay
That's what's up. Because,
Yeah.
you know.
That's dope.
Because a lot of them don't figure out, like, they're like, damn, I forgot to cross that T. So it messes up their financial aid.
Right.
And he helps them try to stay on track. There's always an asshole that don't show up to school, you know, you got to figure that out. I'm like, you know, was that
No
y'all?
idea. No idea.
So you said you're producing your own shows?
I'm producing my own shows, which is very interesting. So I realized that, you know, I try to do it all, right? You know.
Oh, yeah, we
got
know.
to.
I started a podcast like last week, 2 weeks ago. I just interviewed my sister, and then I interviewed myself, and I talked about who is Denise Carter and my weight loss journey.
Okay.
You know, I was not always this big, but
Right.
with life, you know, you start eating for comfort because you're so busy giving so much to everybody else. And so it was just something I did it on Anchor FM after I was, this girl had did this podcast. She's like, hey, I want to interview you. And now, when I was listening to the commercial, I'm like, oh, I'm going to download that. Let me see what I can do with that. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, you know, Anchor FM, you know, that's the hub, you know, and then it just gets spread out to Spotify, you know, and then we originally started off in a YouTube channel, you know.
Stop
and then,
it.
Yeah, that's so, you know, I mean, our YouTube channel is 503 subscribers, but come on, make it grow. You know,
Hey, that's
you know,
awesome.
You know, so yeah,
I'll subscribe.
dude.
I got like 4,000 people on my Facebook. I don't know if they watching me, though.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be like I said. This is pre-recorded, so once we put it out, we'll let you know. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
know,
just
where
tag
you're
me.
Yeah.
I'm always sharing shit just for the
Yeah,
fuck of
so,
it. Just because I'm just thinking, I was on that little plane and I shared a video and put it on Twitter.
Wait for me.
They're like, you have to keep your phone on airplane mode. Really? Who the fuck's gonna tell me that I can't? Like, you know, why?
Right.
Then I started thinking, I heard something. I was like, damn, let me put that shit on. But I wanted to get like a little video of me.
So does it give it turbulence or what? Like, if
Man.
I don't know, machines?
So I just.
But there's a reason why it says airplane mode, right?
Yeah.
I had no idea why.
I don't know. It just seemed like it was like. It was
I
like,
guess planes
it was,
run off of 5G. I don't know. I really don't know.
I was just like, okay, this is the thing, right? Like, this is a real thing. But I was like, I can't believe you got me on this fucking plane. I was like, shit. I had no idea. I had no idea, but I just knew that I didn't want to drive.
Right.
And so I was like, you know, I had got a little bonus last month, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just pay. I don't give a shit. I'm not driving. Then when I saw the plane, I was like, fuck, I knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong. They were like, because then I called them and they're like, we only have 2 seats left. I was like, oh, okay.
There was only 2 seats.
There's only 5 seats. It's 10 seats. But the pilots were in 2, so that's 8. And then there was 5 people, and we were 2 of the 5. See what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a little weird.
Yes.
So yeah, I felt a little uncomfortable, just a little bit. So I had my earpiece in. I was looking at a movie, just pretending like that's all I cared about. I didn't even look up, look down. After I took the picture, he was like, "You got to make sure you know how to fix the floating device." And I was like, "What?" Then I looked, saw the water. I was like, "Fuck this shit." Like, that's how. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Like, this is a sketchy fucking
And
plane.
then when we got here, it got real windy, and I was like, "Fuck! What if we don't make it out of here tomorrow because it was windy?" It started getting windy, but I'm,
Right.
That's why we throw our kids like at 10, 11 months in the water so they can just.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So, what's in the works for Denise?
So I'm right in the middle of writing a pilot. It's about my mother.
Okay.
And I had a couple people read it. I'm part of a group of women that are writing pilots, and they said it reminds them of a female Sanford and Son, and that's
Oh,
really
wow.
what I wanted to do. So
nice.
I'm still working on it, and hopefully, I can chop it. Yeah.
If you ever need 2 Mexican gorditos,
Yeah, I'm always down.
Well, we ain't getting on that fucking
Okay.
plane.
we're gonna go.
Yeah, so we're excited. I'm excited about it. I talk a lot about her life, and she was real funny. I mean, geez, my father was married 3 times. My mother was his first wife. They had 9 kids. 1 passed away. And they were all a year and 8 days apart, or 10 days, or 20 days. And I was like, I had 2 and I was done. Like, she was pregnant every fucking year.
Damn,
Like 9
insane.
years, like in a row.
That's fucking nuts.
It is. So we're all stair stacked. It's crazy. My sister and I, we look alike, we sound alike. People think we're twins. So when I do comedy and I'm standing up talking to people on the inside, she's outside. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Yeah,
Right.
it's real.
All right. Well, I hope that pilot takes
I
off
hope
for
so
you.
too.
Yeah.
I hope so too. I just gotta finish a few things, and it was a work in progress, and it all stemmed, and it helped me because she had a heart attack 2 years ago,
Oh, wow.
and she was an asshole. Wouldn't go to the doctor. I'm not going. There's germs in the hospital.
Yeah.
And the next day she had a heart attack. And it was just her caregiver had caught COVID, and she didn't. She went to Vegas, caught COVID, and it wasn't there. And so she wasn't taking her medicine the right way. And so, she told me 7 days before, if my maker comes and get me, let me go. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she died 7 days later.
Wow.
We were watching them fight, and I was like, what is that weird? But she was ready.
Yeah, I guess they say you.
You kinda
say-
know.
Yeah, same thing happened with with my grandma. Same like they just know. So yeah, but it's like I
But I
guess
just figured her in a better place because this some of the stuff that you see today is not just crazy. It's not the same.
no.
So I'm very, very, I'm happy with what I do for a living because I work with families that need help. Like if they need a caregiver, if they need hospice, if they need somebody falls, breaks a hip. I work for a company that we provide the physical therapy in the home instead of them going to a nursing home.
Oh wow.
So that's what I do. I've been doing that for 20-some years.
And I think it's awesome that you can express your experiences through comedy.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I think that's
Sometimes
awesome.
I have to be careful. Though. I'm like, God damn it, did you say that? I'm like, no, I didn't say that. No, but I really do try not to talk too much about, because you never know how people feel, because, death and dying is a but to me, comedy is tragedy. Comedy is like laughter and crying. It's the same shit.
Yeah.
It's different emotions, but I think it's, everybody's got their thing. I prefer to laugh than to cry.
Yeah.
No, that's very true. Like, I understand exactly what you mean. Like,
Yeah.
I watched another podcast, and the guys were talking about, like, you ever been to a funeral, and, like, you're not supposed to laugh, And you just fucking started laughing. I was like, oh, it's happened to me. Like, he's like, I don't know. It's like going into a library, right? You're not really supposed to talk loud.
I know, isn't
but
that
like, it's
crazy?
the funniest shit. And then it was just like,
I went to a funeral one time, and this guy, he was funny as hell. He worked at the hospital, and he said he wanted a line dance. Like, everybody had umbrellas and handkerchiefs, and they walked from the chapel to the gravesite, and they had the horns playing like a band. It was I was like, what the hell? It was a party. But
Right.
you know, that's what he wanted. That was his
Yeah.
wishes.
Celebration of life.
Yeah,
You know?
it really, that's exactly what it was. And most people don't get that opportunity
Right.
to really express what they want. And I
Yeah.
think that's important just for the sakes of saying, I'm leaving my footprint and I'm going out the way I want to go out.
Right.
I think that makes a difference. It's huge.
Yeah.
So, I know for me, I don't know. I'm touring with, you know, black people, they don't want to be cremated. White people say black people are crazy because who the fuck spending $20,000 to bury somebody that's gonna be eaten up by bugs? And this girl told me that, I was like, that shit's funny. She's like, oh, white people just burn them up, set them on the mantle. $800-900. You guys are spending what? I was like, ooh. And then my husband's like, I think I probably want to be cremated. I thought it was funny. But anyway, I thank you guys for giving me a chance
Oh, yeah.
to
No.
sit down with y'all.
Definitely. Denise Carter, everybody. You know, plug in your platforms.
So you can find me at Comedian Denise Carter on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and the TikTok. You know, everybody's on the TikTok. Do you TikTok? You TikTok?
Yeah.
It's the,
I thought you were going to say OnlyFans. I'm on Only. No, I'm just kidding.
you know TikTok hit the streets like crack in the 80s. It's the truth. Took over.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Denise Carter, thank you so much.
Thank you. 3 scoops, right?
Triple scoop.
Triple scoops.
Yes.
I don't know what the other scoop is.
31 flavors, baby.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I appreciate it.